Welcome everybody to our pre-match press conference for our Champions League game against FC Copenhagen tomorrow night. Erik and Hag and Christian Eriksen, please identify who your questions for. Who wants to start?
Vinny from Sky Sports. Erik, we'll start with the good news. Obviously, Marcus Rashford trained today. Harry Maguire trained as well. So how ready is Marcus to start again? And also with Harry, did he have to go through concussion protocols? What precautions have you had to take with him to make sure that he's ready?
So we did all the protocols during the game, after the game. So he's ready to play. So not any indication.
And Marcus, how ready is he?
100%.
How much of a boost is it to have two players like that available to you, given the fact that obviously Marcus missed the weekend and Harry suffered that injury early on in the game?
No, he was fine in the game, so no problems. He played a very good game. And so Rassi, I missed one game out, a small knock, but he's back.
Hi Erik. The Parken Stadium is it's renowned for having a very good atmosphere. It can be very atmospheric. This team have been in hostile crowds and they've sometimes had quite bad results. Are you a lot more confident in this team now that they have the character to endure quite a tough atmosphere?
We're looking forward, and this team is experienced hostile. And so, for instance, last year Barcelona, and we can get good performances and we can get good results. We know that.
And just on one of your players, Anderson, at the weekend, a lot of United fans cheered when he was substituted. I know he's had there's been, you said last week, there's been a lot of noise around him this season. Why is he struggling? He's not scored, he's not got an assist this season.
Yeah, I think also last week I made that remark on him. So he was out for a couple of weeks. So that break the rhythm. I think he had a very good preseason where he scored. I think he scored even twice in the preseason. And then he had a break. So now, you have to get himself back in a good form. And it's hard work, invest, and it will come.
Question for you, Christian. Earlier, Jakob Næstrup said that the atmosphere in Parken is 100 times more intense than it is on Old Trafford. You know both the stadium, how it can be. Do you agree on that?
I've never played against Copenhagen in here. I've only been here with national team, and I do know the atmosphere with national team is very special. So I do expect a special atmosphere, but I don't know if it's 100 times more theatrical than it would be at Old Trafford. I'm not sure about that.
One at the back there.
Mr. Ten Hag, previous to Fulham, you said you wanted to elaborate that when you play direct, that doesn't just mean long balls. You need to press at all levels. Could you further explain what those levels you're looking for in your press?
I think it's pretty clear what you expect. You need good formation, so good constructions, and then composed on the ball, find the solution on the ball. And there are moments you go more direct. That depends on which solutions is the best, and the players has to make the right decisions. So I have to tell them in which formations they have to go into. But finally, it's up to the players also to find solutions because an opponent can do different things. Then they have to find different positions, and then they have to make decisions on the ball. And so between the player who has the ball and who has to receive the ball, decision making on the ball, movement of the ball.
And to Christian, does this ability to find solutions, move on the ball, is this encouraging for you to have that freedom?
Yeah, no, I think it is. I think it does. Of course, it demands a lot from you to be able to do both, but also at the time to have a better control, but also to punish the opponent. And I hope tomorrow will be the same. I'm sure he will. The manager will make a good game plan, and then we take it from there.
Let's take one on this side, Mark.
Hi Erik. At the weekend, as you know, the fans had a banner which said "Play like you mean it." Can I just ask you what you thought about that? Do you sympathise with that banner? Do you understand why the fans unveiled that banner to the players? The banner "Play like you mean it" at Fulham.
the banner that said "Play like you mean it." That was encouraging the players to play like they mean it.
Do you understand the sentiments
more
behind
effort.
it, and how did you feel?
I think the players make their efforts, but it can always be more. And so we expect the highest standards at Manchester United. When you're a player, when you're a staff, when you're a manager, Manchester United, the fans expect the highest standards, and they expect that you at least win every game. So we, from ourselves, have very high expectations. But also, when you're not playing right and in a well performance, you still have to win.
Hi, Erik. You've been working with Rasmus Hojlund for a few months now. Can you tell us what you think about what he has done so far, both in practice and in matches?
I think he integrates very good. He scored already 3 goals in the Champions League, which is it's very good for in an integration period. I think as a team we can be better in possession stuff, so we can create more and better chances, and that will also give our offensive players more opportunities to score goals. But yeah, what we have to work on is stable start 11, or at least so with 12, 13 players, and then I think the routines will be better and there will be coming more chances. But I think, as I said, social-wise, he integrates very good in the team, in the club. In football perspective, when you already scored 3 goals in the Champions League, it's very good performance. And from here on, you have to take it on and improve. And that is, I think, the character from Rasmus. He wants to improve every day. So it's lovely to work with him with such characters.
To Christian, how is it to play with Rasmus?
Yeah, no, he's first and foremost, he's a very nice guy, and like the manager said, he works very hard. He wants to improve, and he does his things, and he does his job very well. And yeah, no, he's integrated in the team very well. Of course, when you play the more games, the more you get to know each other. And yeah, he's only just arrived, so I'm sure it will only get better.
Christian, what do you feel is at stake tomorrow, given that you need points to qualify for the latter stages in the Champions League?
Yeah, no, I think the only thing for us is 3 points. To put ourselves in a position to be able to go through is the 3 points. We know that after we lost a lot of points in the first few games, so we need to catch up. And tomorrow is another game to get 3 more points.
Paul.
Erik, you've had a lot of dramatic wins this season, like injury time winners, etc. Whereas the first third of, or second kind of quarter of last year, you were sort of controlling games, winning by 2 or 3, and then seeing the game out. How do you get back to that kind of level of performance where you dominate games and put teams away?
Yeah, first of all, by what I just said, getting more to start 11 or 12, 13 players, you can rotate, so you get routines in the team. And often we had in this season so far, for instance, left fullback, a right forward position, we have to change a lot. And then you swap the team, you don't get the routines in. Also the midfield balance is not there, but I'm sure once we get there, and I think we will play better. We will improve our game, the performance will be better, and from there on. So I'm happy with the points we gathered so far, because we don't even play well, but we still we are in a position, we are not too far away, and we are in a position we can compete for everything. So happy with that, but we want to play better. That's absolutely our target.
Jamie.
Erik, just continuing that theme, are you confident then once you do get a stable team of 12, 13 players, as you're mentioning, that you can go on a winning run? Because it's been a bit stop-start this season. Is that the challenge?
Yeah, of course. Of course, once you get more stable in the team, then you have a better chance to go in a run and that you win some games after each other, and it puts you in a better position because it's also it gives you more belief, more confidence, and you have to make that look, of course, as a team. But it starts with of course good organization in and out of position, and it starts with very good attitude on the pitch. And I think that last point is absolutely what we have now. We have such a good vibe, a spirit, and that even when we are not playing always our best games, we're still creating chances, because I can see also when I see the XG from us in games is still there. And well, when we get ourselves in position that we net some opportunities, we will get more belief and confidence in the team, and then I think we are able to get in such a run.
Just with regard to Rasmus, he's very strong mentally, so it's a bit of a challenge for him to come into this team that, as you're saying, has not been at its best. Do you speak to him about that, or is he sort of clever enough to be able to sort of understand that it will come?
He understands, but of course we speak with him about this because he's still a young player, and but he's smart and he understands the situation where he is in, and so he's aware of it, and he wants to, of course, to score goals. And when he's not, he is so keen to score next game goals, and he's working very hard in training and to get his progress in.
Simon.
Hi, Erik. Just wondering, you've obviously said that we can see that the injury issues are lifting, but do you have any idea the timescales of a player like Luke Shaw, Malacia, maybe Casemiro and Martinez, when they will be back? Will it be after the international break?
I have some time schedules, but it's always difficult to prospect that because there can come setbacks during a rehab period. So I'm always a little bit holding back on such issue. But I expect some back. But for instance, Casemiro and Martinez, that are really strong injuries, and I don't expect them back before Christmas.
I was going to say, Casemiro seemed like it'd be several weeks. Is it looking worse than that after further assessment?
No, it's several weeks. So that is.
And can I just ask about Copenhagen? They surprised quite a lot, perhaps, of ignorant football fans, I guess, with their performance at Old Trafford. So, what are you expecting tomorrow from them?
They played a very decent game, and I thought we didn't play a good game, but still we won. I think it was a deserved win, but we have to do things better. That we are aware of that, because you have to lift the performance if you want to get the result in.
A couple of final words over here.
Hi, Christian. Last time you played against your childhood friend, Rasmus Falk. How was it, and how are you looking forward to that tomorrow?
Yeah, that was special. Also managed to kick him, so it was first time. But no, it was special to see him, and I've been, of course, following him since we played together for years. So it's nice to be able to play against him, and in Parken will be fun.
Yeah.
And Christian, the confidence is quite high in FC Copenhagen. I talked to some players yesterday who actually said they think they are the favorites against you tomorrow. What do you think of that? Do you agree?
No, it's their opinion, and obviously we'll have our opinion. I'm sure there'll be some fun games tomorrow on the pitch. But in the end, it's who wins. But if they feel like they're favourites, they're entitled to. But I'm sure we'll go into the game with confidence and the aim to win as well.
Last question, Mike.
Erik, since the weekend, Marcus wrote on his Twitter. He was very unhappy about some rumours that he read. Do you see somebody in training, somebody very determined to prove people wrong, maybe? Do you see that fire in him to get back to the form of last season?
Marcus is very committed to Manchester United, to this team, and he's investing real hard work and training and to get back in his form. So,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, question for Jakob. I was just going to follow up on the question from before. Obviously, Manchester United's goal scoring has been low at the moment. We've been struggling to score goals. Does that change your game plan going into a game like this, knowing that it's a team that is quite low on confidence?
No, it doesn't. Our game plan is the main focus is to be ourselves, and then I'm back to the same answer, the same question. That is that for me it doesn't really matter the shape that the opponent arrive in. 4 weeks ago we played Bayern Munich in Parken, who came with a lot of confidence. I think the game before us they won with 5, 6 or 7 goals, but we were ourselves, and that is our biggest chance to achieve something tomorrow. And that doesn't matter the shape that United, Bayern Munich or Galatasaray will arrive in.
Thank you. I also just wanted to ask Rasmus as well. You've played with Rasmus Hojlund, who obviously just came to Manchester United in the summer. In your opinion, what are his strengths as a striker and how much potential does he have?
His strength is he's very, very fast, very, very strong. And then his mentality, he wants to score goals, he wants to do the best all the time, and the hunger he shows in the game is, for me, his biggest strength.
Thank you.
Hi, if it's okay, could I ask some questions in English? And apologies if you've been asked some of these, my Danish isn't too hot. It's for the coach. I'm just wondering, the way the match ended at Old Trafford, does that, obviously it was heartbreaking at the time, but your performance, does that give you hope that you can get a positive result tomorrow?
For me it's not about hope, for me it's about strong belief that we can get a result. The penalty miss in 5 minutes extra time was what it was, but it was a totally equal game, and I was a little bit surprised about some of the questions I got after the game from English journalists in terms of that we were quite tough to break down. The talk we had at halftime in our dressing room was that we thought it was tough to break the opponent down, and in that picture I think the game over 95 minutes was totally equal, and I expect the same tomorrow.
Your side were very good at Old Trafford, and I was just wondering, do you think this is a good time to take on Manchester United? Because I know they beat Fulham, but their performances haven't been particularly convincing for a while now.
Yeah, but I don't care. I also thought it was a perfect time to play Bayern Munich. We play at home. We are a big club in Copenhagen. So for me it really doesn't matter if we're gonna play a team tomorrow who have won 20 games in a row, or in terms of your words are struggling a little bit, because for us it's the same. We need a result. Best case 3, next best it's 1. But the shape that the opponent arrive in, I don't care really.
And just finally for me, that's going to be my next question. What can, I've heard a lot about the atmosphere here, but I've not seen it myself. What can Manchester United expect here in terms of the atmosphere and the quality on display?
What can they expect? I would say, with all the respect, I felt when I stepped into Old Trafford, then I felt the historical atmosphere, but you can't compare Old Trafford with Parken, because the intensity is times 100 in terms of what we played in 2 weeks ago. Then this is a standard that is, for me, way above Premier League, to be honest.
Hello everybody, and we are here in Copenhagen in Denmark at the Parken Stadium, and I am currently studying the away dressing room, which is where Manchester United will be tomorrow night. It's the day before the game. Manchester United are not here yet, so you can't see any Manchester United shirts, anything like that. But this is where Erik Ten Hag will be stood talking to his team ahead of a must-win Champions League game against FC Copenhagen. We've just been in the press conference, and their manager Jakob is confident. He says the atmosphere is 100 times better than that of Old Trafford in the Premier League, and that they are going to stick to their game plan no matter what's happening with Manchester United. So let me show you around a little bit. So first of all, here you've got the traditional tactics board, the whiteboard. Erik Ten Hag will be using this at half-time, I would assume, before the game to get his team motivated. The tactics will be there. Some people say you know, what tactics? We've not seen a style of play. I think Erik ten Hag has great tactics. Marcel Sabitzer came out and said that his tactics, he knows the game plan off by heart. This is where he will be relaying his message to the players. And at half-time, you know, if they need a bit of the hairdryer treatment, this is where he'll be stood doing it. Hopefully we won't need that. Hopefully we'll be talking about a great first half for Manchester United and just carry on that through to the second half and get the 3 points. But a must-win game, the players and the manager are going to definitely be up for it. And as you can see here, this is where the players will be. So each player will have their individual station. For example, you'd have a Marcus Rashford, a Bruno Fernandes, players like that, and their shirts, and everything will be here ready for tomorrow. So I'll just walk you around. At the back, actually, we've got a little bit of gym equipment. So if you need to get yourself, you know, hyped up for the second half, you can jump on this here. I don't think they'll be doing that, though, to be honest with you. I mean, I might need to use that in a second. So this is where the actual tactics are. So Erik ten Hag, you know, Onana here, Rasmus Hojlund here, all the forward players. This is Erik ten Hag, all the forward players here. And this is the one midfielder in the middle. I'm joking. That's how it's felt like, though, a little bit. But Erik ten Hag will be using this to motivate his players, and hopefully we see tomorrow. I expect a very similar team to the one that played at the weekend. Christian Eriksen is in the presser shortly of Erik ten Hag. I will be asking him questions. Usually when a player is in the press conference, that means they're starting. So I expect, with Eriksen kind of converting his cameo role into a starting role, whether you think that should be or not, I expect it'll be a very similar team because, you know what they say, don't change a winning team, and it was a good win for Manchester United away at Fulham. I was having arguments with people. I think Manchester United put a solid performance together. Yes, it wasn't absolutely amazing, but where have people been? We've not been amazing all season, so I think he'll stick with that team that got him through that Fulham game. So I expect more of the same. With that team, you see a more, I would say, a midfield that functions better because Eriksen's playing a little bit deeper. You've got McTominay kind of playing as the box-to-box. You've got Bruno Fernandes high up the pitch creating chances, but he has been a lot more disciplined recently. I know conventionally a midfield of McTominay, Eriksen and Bruno, a lot of people will be like, no. But that's been working. I think that's what Erik ten Hag will go with. So it'll be interesting to see. But Andre Onana saved a penalty against Copenhagen. He'll be starting. He'll be here tomorrow. And I'm sure he'll be going through his tactics on whether to save another one if that happens. Man United have conceded a lot of penalties recently, but hopefully it will not be the case. So let's just follow it round. It's not anything, obviously, too fancy. You've not got the Man United flags up yet. I mean, I expect Manchester United to have all of their kind of flags up here and make it their own dressing room. And then at the back, you've got the showers. And I think there's like, I don't want to go too far in, but it looks like there's like a little plunge pool at the back. So Martial, with his injuries, fill it up with ice, get him in there if he goes off there. He'll be staying there for probably like an hour after the game, just making sure he doesn't get injured. So that's what the dressing room has in store for us. Thank you to FC Copenhagen for letting us come in here and show you guys around. It's mad to think that I'll probably be stood exactly where maybe our captain Bruno Fernandes is standing tomorrow, giving the team a team talk. Okay, so we've just come up from the away dressing room. This is where the players will be stood this time tomorrow night, looking out onto the pitch. The Champions League music is on. And if you're a player of Manchester United, you are thinking, I have got to give every single bit of me on this pitch because we are Manchester United. We have got to stay in the Champions League and we've got to win this game to stay in the Champions League. I would also be thinking, yes, the Copenhagen fans are very, very loud. Some unbelievable fans, and we saw that at Old Trafford. The hardcore Copenhagen fans are going to be here in full force. This is a massive game for them. Champions League, Manchester United at the Parken Stadium. It's huge. But as a Manchester United player, you've got to zone all that out. You've got to think, we've got the best away fans in the world. Yes, in the world. They were amazing against Fulham in the Premier League. They basically stuck the ball into the back of the net. Great finish by Bruno Fernandes and a great assist by Pellistri, by the way. And I'm going to be thinking, I deserve to be on this pitch. I've got to play like I mean it. All the players saw that sign. They've got to continue that on. We've got to really kind of join forces, the fans and the players. We've got to get that connection back. We've got to get it going. You've got to be thinking, if you're a Manchester United player, this is it for me. We don't want to be in the Europa League. We want to do something for our fans. The Champions League's really the only competition we've got going for us. Yes, we've got the FA Cup, but we're out the Carabao Cup. We want to stay in it. We want to fight with Europe's best. And with the fixtures we've got coming up, it's a huge opportunity for Manchester United to really kind of showcase themselves here tomorrow night and do something for the fans, stay in the Champions League group. That's what we've got to do. A tough start, but we've got to win here to stay. And this is where the away fans will be. Tomorrow night, you can see the netting's already up. Best away fans in the world, like I said. They're going to be here in full force, getting behind the team. No matter what, Manchester United fans are always behind this team. No matter what results happen, they are always here always chanting, always singing, and always showing their support to the Manchester United players. They will see them and feel them as soon as they step onto this pitch. And what a feeling that must be as a player, by the way. Champions League music's on, Champions League nights, your away fans are there, you're playing for Manchester United. What more do you want? Go and show it on the pitch and put a good performance, because these players are definitely capable of it. Erik and Hag will be able to walk through and walk down to his managerial spot. The hardcore Copenhagen fans, we've been told, sit right over there, so they'll be singing for their team throughout the game. It's a huge clash. The fans from both sides are going to be amazing. It's a Champions League night at the Parken Stadium for Copenhagen. They're hosting Manchester United. It is going to be a great clash. It's going to be a tough game for both sides. And if it's anything like the Old Trafford game, it's going to be very edgy and one goal could nick it. But it'll be here tomorrow night. Come on, Manchester United. Let's get through this group, get the 3 points, get out of here and focus on Galatasaray away. But we'll be here tomorrow night. See you guys then.